welcome to the Doesn't Hold Up podcast. We review and reevaluate all things we remember fondly from our childhood and years prior to see if they still hold up. And more often than not, they probably don't. I'm Stuart Shepherd, along with my co-host and good friend Michael Smith. Smith, how are you doing?
I am alive. And that's something. How are you?
I am also alive and I require
Good.
input. Lots and lots of input.
Got to buy me a drink first. Um,
Touche.
ah, oh dear.
Also, right. Well, before we get into this episode's nomination, I want to talk about last episode's feedback, which was Herbie. And as always, mixed bag of feedback. So we got
Back of feedback.
I don't think anyone hated it as much as you did, but anyway, all right.
Well, people are fucking wrong.
Well, anyway, so we got in no particular order, love racing cars and have very fond memories of this growing up. Like, oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, cheers for that.
Somebody said, I really fancy an Irish coffee. Now, to be fair, so did I after that. After all that talk about you've only ever had one Irish coffee, it's like, yeah, maybe I should have more. We'll see.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me that you've only ever had one Irish coffee. I mean, I've only had one Irish coffee in the last week.
Yeah, you've only had
That's a
one
lie.
today.
I've had five
Yeah, one day, maybe at Christmas. We'll see.
every morning.
Yeah. And another one was great podcast, guys. Now, this is great. This person gave a suggestion. Great podcast, guys. Is there ever a possibility of covering any of the James Bond films? Some of them have a lot to laugh at, which could make for an entertaining podcast. Either way, this is a fun listen, whatever you guys cover. Oh, thank you. And do you know what? I hadn't thought about that, but yes, we should definitely cover some shitty Roger Moore Bond movies because they are terrible.
Oh, I mean, Moonraker. I'm thinking
I
Moonraker.
was also
We're all
thinking
thinking
Moonraker,
Moonraker.
but I've got a feeling even Live and Let Die will go back. Oh, that's not as good as I remember that. Yeah.
Which one's Live and Let Die?
The one in New Orleans with the voodoo.
Oh, ooh, yeah, no, that is,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so that was the feedback from Herbie. Did you get any subsequent feedback, or do you have any other further comments on Herbie?
The only feedback that I got from Herbie was someone asked me, "Why didn't you do Knight Rider? It's a much better old thing about a car."
Well, Knight Rider is on the list. We will cover Knight Rider eventually.
And I
Patience.
also and I said, "Are you sure?" Because I have a sneaking suspicion it can be shit.
Yeah, I got a feeling as well. And we'll probably do Knight Rider TV show, not the Knight Rider like TV movie pilot, which really is fucking awful. But yeah, yeah. Either way,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be crap. But yeah,
hmm
cool. Right. Anything else to say on Herbie, or are we done?
No, I said all I needed to say.
You did. You did. Right. Moving swiftly on. So, this episode's nomination is Short Circuit from 1986, and that came from Smith, the man himself.
Hello.
So, so brief synopsis. This is about number five, the Nova Robotics robot, who's inadvertently struck by lightning and becomes alive, and hijinks ensues. That's about it. That
That's
is
about
about
all they
it.
could afford.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, this came out in 1986, which we've covered a couple of times. So, what are we doing for this part of the podcast?
Why do so many of the films we cover always end with and then hijinks ensue?
Well,
Why do there have to be so many
I
hijinks?
don't know. Why couldn't he just become alive and just been like a normal bloke? But I don't know.
Why couldn't it have been a beautiful treatise on consciousness and what it means to be alive? Like a somber reflection on the human condition. No,
No,
let's have some hijinks.
hijinks. I got very, very upset when he was smashing shit up in this film. But yeah, we'll get to it later.
Oh, you are a funny one. Well, talking about hijinks, what we're going to be doing today, because of 1986, we've already done that before. So we are going to be going to our good friends at the Weekly World News, and I've got some headlines for you from the Weekly World News. Get ready for these. Strap in for all the news that was too good to print in the proper papers. First headline: Gay aliens found in UFO wreck. Don't know what makes them gay.
Exactly. How did they deduce that? All right.
Um, next headline: Horse born with a human face. Colt even smiles when he's given an apple, says Doc.
Oh, that'd be
Next,
so weird.
the picture was odd. The picture was
Yeah.
odd. It's a crude mock-up of a human face on a horse. Next, in historical news, Abraham Lincoln was a woman. Shocking pics found in White House basement. Was John Wilkes Booth his jilted lover?
Maybe.
No. Um, Talking cat! Exclamation mark. Secret CIA experiment exposed. Now cat will spy for US in Iraq. In later news, Arkansas duck hunters capture Hitler.
Why do I feel like we've heard that one before? It's
We may well
entirely
have done.
possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
still great.
um, First look, new plane made of cotton.
Seems makes sense.
Uh, the most amazing story ever told. Babies living on board Titanic. What are they doing on the sunken ship? And how do they survive?
Some valid points.
That was a front page story. And finally, Satan captured by GIs in Iraq. Devil and his minions have been stirring unrest. There you go. And the picture is of
Oh,
some soldiers aiming their guns at the devil
see how that
in a
goes down.
basement in Iraq.
Amazing. Anything else?
No, that was it. Those are all the headlines that I got from the Weekly World News.
Can't stop thinking about that horse with the human face now. It's weird.
That's going to haunt your fucking nightmares.
Yeah, it probably
isn't it?
will. Yeah, thanks for that, Smith.
Hi ho, Silver, away, you fucking away.
Yeah, get away from me right now. Right then. So going back to Short Circuit from
Mm.
1986. Now I have very, very, very fond memories watching this film.
Oh, yes.
I loved this when I was a kid. I like the
Yep.
second one as well. I love them both. So how old were we when we first saw this? And what medium did you see this?
So I would have been probably about 6 or 7, I would
Mhm.
say. So we're talking early 90s. We're talking 1991, 1992. And it would have been on television, probably on a Saturday, maybe a Sunday.
Yeah, this film was always on TV. Always. There's
Mhm.
been a few we've covered like Fred. There's like, like Flight of the Navigator and I don't know, Willow and other sort of movies that always just seem to be on repeat. Yeah, Short Circuit was always on. And that's even when we only had like 4 channels back in the day. But for some
Yeah.
reason, they just kept repeating that one and the second one over and over and over again in UK TV.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think more channels has really solved that problem because I've noticed recently on at least one of the Sky channels, it just seems to be the Harry Potter films on repeat
yeah,
all the
Sky
time.
Harry Potter, it's called. Like, well,
Yeah,
why do we need
all the
this?
time. And then at least one of them's on ITV every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. They do that with the Bond movies as well. They're always on like ITV2 or whatever. But
Mm.
yeah, right.
Well, some of them.
So yeah, yeah.
Some of them ain't.
It's annoying. They started doing them in orders. Oh, I'll record them, and then you miss one. But yeah. Um, what about me? Yeah, I watched this on rental, I believe. I've got a feeling I watched it back to back with Short Circuit 2. So I think this was when the Blockbuster Video where we used to live opened, and then
Yeah.
my brother took full advantage of it. We'd just go to the kids section and just want to rent everything out, which happened to be like 80 shit. So that's where probably like Willow, Short Circuit, Never Ending Story, all that sort of stuff got rented. But yeah, I remember watching it in quick succession. I remember as well, we've talked about it many times on many episodes. You know that Ghostbusters 1 and 2 double pack?
Oh yeah.
There is
Yeah,
a
I
Short
remember it.
Circuit advert or Short Circuit 2 advert on there as well.
Oh,
So I probably watched that. I was like, oh, now I want to see the second Short Circuit, you know?
I
So
really wish I still had my copy of that because
I've
it had
definitely got it.
the
I've definitely still got it.
you bastard. Well, I've got VHS player. You can lend it to me. I'll watch it because I want to watch the black and white Batman episodes that are
Yep.
weirdly in the middle for some reason.
Yep. And also, I've got a little leaflet in there to give you like 50p off a Ghostbusters toy, and I've deliberately left it in the video case for like nostalgia, which is really, really cool.
I take it to Toys R Us and be like, I want my Ghostbusters figure.
There is no Toys R Us. Oh.
Yeah, there. Oh, is there?
No. Oh, well, they've kind of come back as part of WH Smith. Like, that's not the same. That is not the
That's not
same.
even called W. That's not even called WH Smith anymore.
No, no, it's
It's called
not.
like T Jones or something.
There's still a WH Smith where I live in Bexley Heath, and part of it is Toys R Us. I was like, there's no
No, no, no,
million
no.
St.
So they're
Jeffrey.
renaming. So no, so they're renaming all of the WH Smiths.
Well, there you
They're
go.
going to be called like T Jones or something like that. Well, this is some really riveting chat. Let's move on.
Yeah, yeah. Let's move swiftly on. But yes, so I would have watched this. Yeah, probably around 5 or 6 on video. But then when it was on TV, I watched it all the time, all the goddamn time, and I watched the second one all the goddamn time. Like I couldn't get enough of these films. I love them. But also, I couldn't get enough of the Terminator movies. So maybe I just had a thing for robots when I was younger. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, maybe. There was a lot of robot films around about this time.
Yeah,
Uh,
there you go. Right. So we were young men who watched it on TV again and again, and I also rented
mm,
it.
mm.
Cool. Right then, shall we get into the plot?
Yeah, let me get my new book out.
Oh, your new book. Is that new recently departed?
No, no.
No, it's just a blue book.
It's big as well for some reason because I forgot to buy a new one.
These are not just the copious notes you've written on this film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tome I've written on Short Circuit.
Cool. Right, so we begin. TriStar!
Oh, that's some good nostalgia right
Love
there.
it. We have covered so many TriStars, and I can't remember which was the first one, but the first time I heard that tune, it brought warm, fuzzy memories back. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
You don't get that shit anymore. It's all Universal and Warner Brothers. Maybe a bit of Fox.
yeah, fuck off. Or A24.
Well, yes, yeah, or
Yeah,
A24. Do you know when the credits started, the thing I'd forgotten about this film was that G.W. Bailey was in it. I was like, oh
yeah,
boy, Police Academy
yeah.
reunion.
Playing pretty much exactly the same character.
Exactly the
Police
same
Academy.
character. He's not capable of playing any other character. What are you talking about?
No. I also
Pretty
found it,
sure it's him. He just turns up from home.
yeah. I also found it very upsetting when we went to Comic Con a few years ago and he was there along with some other Police Academy people and he got wheeled in on a wheelchair and didn't look like he even knew where he was. Oh, that's really fucking sad. That's really,
Mm,
really sad. But yeah. Anyway, moving on.
anyway,
TriStar.
the
We
passage of time.
Yeah, we get blibbity blob newses, a really weird text for the credits. I'm like, what does that say? Oh, short circuit. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get 80s computers building robots to funky music. You know what it reminded me of? Did you ever remember that teaser trailer from Terminator 2 where like all the robots are
Yeah.
getting a cell and then Arnie comes out of it? I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me of, but not as good.
What reminded me of is that there is absolutely no way that the robots in this film could do the things that they're supposed to do based on the technology that I am seeing being put together in front of me.
Yeah.
It's like it's being powered by fucking cassette.
Yeah. It's never really explained once number five comes alive, what's powering him. Because I can't remember if they do that in the second one, where if he has to like plug himself in now and again to get energy. Because just because you're alive doesn't mean you don't have any power. You still need to be
Yeah.
fueled by something. But anyway, we'll get to it. We get to an open field of nice flowers, and tanks and trucks start driving all over them. Oh no, that's a shame. And then in a bunker, robots emerge and start blasting the tanks to Ghostbusters noises. That's the first thing I heard. Those are
Yeah.
the proton packs.
Yeah. I was like, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
I really wish I was watching Ghostbusters,
yeah,
which is a much better film. It
it
felt very
is.
unnecessary in that first shot just to see somebody running over a flower in their tank. And
Yeah,
then the flower seeming remarkably unharmed after the tank had run it over. Um,
shit tank.
it's also very much a 1980s view of what robots and like what computers can do. Is I think I always have a bugbear about these films. It's like, look at all this thing that these robots can do. It's like, they couldn't do any of that. It's clearly put together by the spare parts of a Super Nintendo. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
this is all puppetry.
And then
Yeah,
they killed all of those brave plastic men.
yeah. We were watching this with my wife, and she was like, "Oh no, those people just died." Oh, you fool!
You kind-hearted fool.
And we see that this is a demonstration for Nova Robotics to the military who are impressed. And we meet Professor Howard Marner, president of Nova Robotics, and he's the dad from Mr. Nanny, because it was driving me mad for ages. But who the fuck is that guy? That is
Yeah.
driving me mad. And did
So
you say you saw him in something recently? He's
yeah.
still alive.
So recently it's Austin Pendleton, and he is still alive. But I was watching not a recent film, but Amistad, a film from the late 90s.
That
And he
was
was
it.
in it, and I was like, where the fuck do I know that guy from? Because it was really pissing me off. And this was a few weeks back. So I went and had a look up. I was like, oh, he's from Short Circuit. And he's the dad from Mr. Nanny.
And
And he's in a bloody
tons of other
Spielberg.
stuff.
Yeah, he's in everything. He's one of those guys who's just in
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
There's
absolutely.
even a documentary starring him as himself called Starring Austin Pendleton. I've not seen it, and it doesn't have a Wikipedia entry apart from the title. So
I
it's a bit
feel
like
like I
that
need
guy.
to watch it.
There's one called That Guy Dick Miller. There's a documentary called That Guy Dick
Ah,
Miller.
Dick Miller. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great documentary because Dick Miller's brilliant. But I kind of need to see the Austin Pendleton one as well.
Yeah, I do. I do too. Let's watch it together. Let's find it and watch
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Then we see Ben Jabatia. I'm like, oh no, it's begun. It's begun.
Yeah,
And some
you
other
told
bloke.
me before I watched this that he wasn't in this that much. Yes, he fucking is.
He's in it
He's in
even
it loads.
in the second one. He's the main character, so he's in it like twice as much as this. But yes, you're right. I remember him not being in it that much. He is in it quite a bit,
He's in it quite a lot.
but it's even
Uh,
more featured in the second one. But yeah,
oh dear.
right. So the robots are being controlled of very 80s looking computers, and then the robots arrive, and we see there are five of them. And then Howard introduces the robots, and they're the most sophisticated on the planet because they can dance a bit. I'm like, oh, all right.
Gin and tonic. I don't know. It's a bit.
Yeah,
It's
really
also like
poxy looking gin and tonic.
Also, it's like, there's your cocktail. It's like gin and tonic's not a cocktail. It's a short drink. It's fine.
Yeah, that pissed me off as well.
It's not
It's
a
a mixer.
cocktail.
It's
It's
a
not a
mixer.
cocktail.
Just
Mixer. It's mixer. It's
yeah,
not a cocktail.
yeah.
It's not. You're gonna call me. You're gonna piss my pocket and tell me it's raining, you fucking robot.
And it also makes a terrible shit James Bond reference. I was like, so that drink was neither shaken nor stirred. Neither. You just threw
Yeah, but
shit in a glass.
did you get this on the soundtrack where somebody in the crowd, like they kind of the background noise really loves that joke because when he says it, shaken, not said, you just hear this voice go, ha 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 ha.
I didn't. I need to go back and watch it
Oh,
now.
go back and watch it. It's hilarious. I rewound it like 3 times. It's
Oh,
like
really?
just one voice. It goes, ha 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 ha.
Now I have to see it again.
Oh dear. What was the acronym? Do you have this written down? I've got is the
Oh,
Saint.
I started to and I got bored and I didn't bother. What does it
Let's
stand for?
I don't. I've only got I only broke down the last bit. Nuclear transport because I thought that was going to come in handy later. But it just feel like you don't need an acronym. You're just looking
No.
for an acronym. What's the point here?
Yeah, and
Um,
at no point does it come back up. They say Nova more than they say Saint. So what's the point?
yeah, they barely ever say it. The other, it isn't like it plays into his name later. It's completely redundant. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's probably why I didn't
Um,
write it down. I was like, well,
it
who
doesn't even
cares?
it doesn't even seem to be thematically important. It's not like oh saints, oh it's going to be no, it's nothing.
No,
It's
no,
nothing. Oh, the nuclear thing doesn't really come into it either,
no.
which you thought it might do. Um, it's also the interesting concept of the 1980s. They're like, oh, we're going to have these robot soldiers, and we're not going to need real soldiers. We're going to use these robot soldiers to like march into Moscow and take over the world. It's going to be great because we've got these robot soldiers. You don't need robot soldiers. No. You worked it out in the intervening years. All you need is personal devices and PlayStation 5s, and everyone will be too bored to do anything anyway, so you can just control the population that way. You don't need robot soldiers. You just need to distract people. Here's something shiny.
And it works admirably.
Doesn't it just?
Yep, yep, yep. Then we see a storm is happening out of nowhere. It was a lovely summer's day a minute ago. And then we see that bloke from Police Academy, as you said, playing Captain Scroder. I'm like, you've literally just called it this.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah.
later on, you can make a terrible joke.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he's called Scroder. All right.
Yep. Scroder. Yep. Yep. Definitely.
Yep. Everyone goes back inside the lab, and then the senator asks Howard to meet Newton Crosby. So he's the one who designed the robots, but Howard keeps trying to fob her off with excuses. But the senator will not approve the project until she has spoken to Newton. Why? What does it matter? You've seen what the robots can do.
Why do you want to talk to the person who is like a robotic scientist from the 1980s? He's going to be socially awkward. Why do you
Yeah.
want to speak to him?
Well, I wasn't convinced at all. I was like, you ain't a scientist. You're Steve Guttenberg.
No, this film is very badly cast
Yeah.
for multiple reasons. But that yeah, Steve Guttenberg miscast, Ali Sheedy
Oh,
miscast.
woefully miscast.
Oh, she's crap in this.
Awful.
Fisher Stevens definitely miscast. G.W.
Mhm.
Bailey fine.
Yeah,
Who else you going to cast?
the dad
Austin
from Mr.
Pendleton.
Nanny.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah, great,
It's fine.
great.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
But the leads, the 3 leads. Oh God. Oh
Oh,
no. It's
well,
just bad casting.
very.
It does go to show you how it can impact a film if
Mm.
you get the casting wrong. Like it's
Yeah.
even people that are otherwise fine actors. Like Ali Sheedy is great in The Breakfast Club. Steve Guttenberg is Steve Guttenberg. Steve Guttenberg's in other stuff that he's
He
better
is.
suited to. He's better in Police Academy.
Yeah. Well, three men and a baby. Not this trash.
Yeah, Fisher Stevens is all right in Super Mario Brothers.
And Friends and other stuff he's been in.
And all the Wes Anderson stuff he's in later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway. So Ben tells Howard that Newton Cosbury is hiding, pretending to be sick. And then we meet Newton doing computer and robot stuff in his lab, like with a keyboard or some shit. And then Ben arrives to summon him, but Newton flips him off with a robot hand. Ha 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 ha. And then Newton doesn't want to do all this PR stuff and refuses to come. And then even when the phone rings, he hangs up and he says it's Howard. And during all this, we learn that the robots cost $11 million to make and they kill people. I'm like, $11 million doesn't seem a lot. This was the 80s, though.
yeah, it doesn't seem a lot, but it also seems more expensive than just getting a bunch of people to kill a bunch of people. That seems cheaper.
Yeah. Now,
So
we
it
should.
seems easier to me.
Yeah. Now, we should state straight away, right? As you said already, Fisher Stevens playing this Indian man is not cool. It's not cool.
No.
It's not funny. It's incredibly offensive. However, there are a few lines Ben
He
comes
does have a
out
few
with.
lines.
They're
Yeah.
fucking funny.
It's annoying because he does have some of the better jokes. There's a couple of lines that he
Yeah.
has that made me laugh out loud.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
And I felt guilty laughing. Oh, I should be laughing at this. Yeah, one of them he
Yeah.
just goes like, I need to go with the Jack. So you mean the John? He's like, I'm fed up of wearing the dress in this family. It's even mean.
I don't know, but I might start using it.
Yeah. Well, you need to go with the Jack.
Yeah. The the bit with Stephen Gutenberg and all the robots. He's like getting the robots to pick up the phone. It's like it just seems like it'd be easier if you just picked up the phone, mate.
Well, yeah, the robot might
What are you
drop it,
doing?
and then you got to pick it back up.
You got to
Ugh.
program it to pick it up. Just pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah, or just don't answer the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we see robots serving drinks and canapes at the party, and one of the generals makes a comment to the senator that these robots can be parachuted in by enemy lines. I wonder if
Hmm.
this is going to come back. That storm outside is getting real mad, and then number five is rigged up some sort of generator. I can only assume that's what's powering the robots, because why else would he be
Why are
rigged up
they?
that generator?
Why are they fixing $11 million robots in the fucking rain? Get them inside. What are you
Yeah,
doing? I
I
wouldn't
can.
leave my fucking phone in the rain.
The only thing I can think of is it took all that power to do the demonstration earlier. They had to recharge them. But yeah, you're right. What's the big rush? They've already seen the robots. It doesn't matter if they're at the party or whatever. But yeah.
No.
Oh, but then number five, the generator number five is rigged up to gets hit by lightning, and it causes number five to come alive, just like that. It's in nowhere like Frankenstein.
I think
Yeah,
that might be on purpose.
yeah. There's actually a really good bit in the second film when number five, when he gets a couple of books from the library and he doesn't read like he reads it properly. And one of the books he's reading is Frankenstein, the other one is Pinocchio. It's like, oh, because he just can't find his place in society. So it's actually one of the nicest scenes of
Well,
the second one.
he has no place in society. He's a robot.
Yes, very, very annoying robot. The scientists look at number five and deduce he's fine. It's like, how? How have you deduced he's fine? He could have seriously, seriously malfunctioned, which he has.
He hasn't blown up. He's fine.
Yeah, he's all right.
That's how I look at cars. And blown up is probably fine.
Yeah,
The smoke coming out of it, yeah, but it's still running.
yeah, not blown up yet. The robots, including number five, set off inside, and then number five smashes into a wall repeatedly, and he's very confused. I'm like, so are we essentially made to believe he's just been born? He's a bit stupid, and he has to get smarter and smarter. Like,
Yeah, I think so. I think
eh,
that's what I took.
okay.
It reminded me a little bit, and this is going to be a very UK centric and a very specific regional UK centric reference here. But the bit where they're going down the hallways reminded me weirdly of the fifth dimension from Chessington World of Adventures.
Oh my God, I remember that. That's what then became Terratome, didn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
fuck.
it's the lighting, the music, the robots. I was like, oh, it's like fifth dimension. That's a little nostalgia here I wasn't
My
expecting.
God, memory unlocked. I forgot all
Uh
about that
huh.
ride.
Uh huh.
I'll be YouTubing that shit after this. Right. Newton has joined the party and he's making stupid comments, which is embarrassing Howard. And then we see that number five is fascinated by light switches. Then he fancies a female coffee
Yeah,
robot, starts following it.
I wrote this down. Why is number five following the coffee robot? Is he a robot pervert?
Well, as we'll see later on, yes.
Yes, yeah, no, he is. There's a lot of that in this.
But
It's
also this.
another fucking 80s thing, not just casual racism. And it's not just Indian people either.
Oh,
Oh, no. They take every opportunity they can to offend as many people as they possibly can in this film.
yeah.
Um,
Everyone's a perv in this film.
Everyone's a perv or racist.
Yeah. But also, the female coffee robot is unplugged, and we make a point of showing that. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? It, it doesn't really go anywhere. You just see like the plug trailing along, but then number five gets pushed into a lift by a garbage truck, and I'm like,
Yeah, not.
that was awfully convenient, wasn't it? And also very easy to escape this warehouse, you know. The truck carrying number five leaves the area, and number five is fascinated by a butterfly. In the control room, Schroeder is angry that the robot has vanished and Harry is freaking out. And there's a lot of swearing going on. This is like, oh shit, yeah, bullshit. And there you go. I was like,
That's the
there's
80s,
a
mate.
kids' film.
You can say shit in the 80s all you want. This is the bit where Scroder talks about how his wife's at home cooking a steak and it's going to get dry if he's late. I'm like, does your wife know that she can stop cooking it at any point? She doesn't
Yeah.
have to continuously cook it for 6 hours.
And
While
how's
he's
she
not home
cooking
yet,
it?
I'd best keep it cooking. Just
Cooking
on
it in the oven?
a frying pan for like 2 hours. Like, well, he hasn't come home, and I was expecting him home.
Yeah. Ugh. Unless she was stewing it. Nah, she probably wasn't. She was probably throwing it.
No, not stew a steak.
Yeah.
That's it, stewing steak and then
Well, yeah,
rub it.
exactly.
Carry
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, carry on, carry on. Schroeder wants everything sealed down, but it's too late as the truck with number five goes off, and then Newt is in the control and trying to help locate number five, and he's still fascinated by that butterfly, and that causes him to fall off the truck into a field of cows. Ah, ah.
This bit where they escape and the security guard's like, "Oh, it's like, how did he get past the oldest security man in the
Yeah,
world?"
doesn't check anything, does he? He's like, "Are you leaving?" I
"Ah,
righto.
where's that?"
He reminded me of someone as well, and I couldn't think who, but yeah. Newton still can't get number five to respond, and then Schroeder wants to go out and find it and blast it. I was like, is that your answer to everything?
I
I can
don't, to
shoot
be
shit.
honest. given what we know about these robots, is that they are designed to kill people and carry nuclear weapons. I don't think that their response is unreasonable here. I would be like, there is a malfunctioning robot that has the power
It's
to kill
malfunctioning.
people
Yeah.
out in the world. I think we should find it and blow it up immediately because
Yeah,
otherwise it could melt the face off a kid.
yeah, because you could argue that, oh no, it's under instruction, it blasts shit. But if it's malfunctioned, yeah, it could just start shooting everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's when he says, "Oh, what do you do?" It kills a bus full of nuns, and then Ben says, "Nun soup." That made me laugh quite
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Newton sees all these weird error messages on the computer and sees that number five has malfunctioned and needs input, but it won't be shut down. So then Newton and Ben reiterate that a robot can't think for itself and it just runs programs. Like, well, yeah, that's true. And then Newton uses some sort of homing device and some lights on electronics map show that number five's out the perimeter. I was like, that technology did exist. Shut up. No way.
None of this technology
Mm.
existed.
It reminded me a bit of, when you go like the Imperial War Museum and stuff, and they have like
Yeah.
little map type things. You click a button and wooh, light comes down to show you or
Oh, the
something.
Nazis!
And then when asked if the laser is still active, Ben replies, "Bimbo." That made me laugh as well. Saying stupid shit. Howard and Schroeder are freaked out. Number five could start blowing stuff up. And I was like, look, you're just reiterating the same shit over and
Yeah,
over. And yeah, we get it. He's on the loose
that
and he
that
can kill
that
people.
will happen a lot in this film.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
go around in circles quite a bit.
yeah, absolutely will. Number five is traveling along. Um, and then the control room's still tracking him. And then Newton and Ben want to recapture number five rather than destroy it. I was like, again, not sure he's got the better idea here. Blow it up or bring it back and try and put it back to normal. Who knows? Or they could just stun it and then come back and malfunction
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
It's a robot, so turn it off.
Yeah, it seems very easy.
Just
Just press that button and it
press
turns
that
off.
button and it turns him off, and then it doesn't matter. He's off.
Yeah. Schroeder assembles his team to capture it, and both Howard and Newton reiterate, please don't blow it up, but Schroeder thinks otherwise. And the military vehicles on their way to find number five. I'm like, why have they got all those military vehicles there? Like,
Yeah, I did write down, why did these security guards have a tank?
I
What?
don't. Is it because they invited them along for the demonstration? Yeah, but why would they show up in a
No,
tank?
it's in their colours. I
Yeah.
don't get it. I don't get it.
Yep. And then Newton and Ben are talking about 80s computer jargon. I was like, what are you talking about? We see this a lot in 80s movies. Like, oh, try this, that's being compromised, that blah blah blah, the blibbity blobbity blibbity blibbity. But I was like,
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? Bibbly bobbly blue. Yeah, we need to recalibrate the fimbobulator.
all that bollocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as they're trying to run diagnostics number five, they keep getting error messages, and then we see a Dr. Pepper sign. So we see that number five is at a gas station. He's interacting with everything. Okay, that technology would not exist. Anyway,
I told you, none of this technology
no,
exists.
no. Schroeder and his team are driving a tank, which starts pushing number five along the road. Like, wait, what? How have you not detected this? If you're
No.
driving a really futuristic tank, how have you not detected this? But somehow or another, number five manages to break free and he goes off the bridge. But luckily, he has that parachute we heard about earlier on and got us
Hmm.
to safety. And then also starts saying, "Wee!" It's like, no, no, he hasn't learned to say that yet. Why is he saying "wee"?
He hasn't learned to say. He might. I don't know. It's just an involuntary sound you make when you're happy.
He's been programmed to say it. I don't know. Yeah, all the military robots when they go in behind enemy lines. Yeah,
That's how you can hear them coming. You've
yeah.
heard the whine of a doodle bug. Oh no, it's the wee saint.
And then number
Oh, when the saints go marching in, that's what it is.
yeah, like the song. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's cleared up that mystery. There we go. Right, so the number five lands on top of Stephanie's snack shack, which she's driving along. I was like, at no point does she ever sort of address this, like, my job is to be a mobile, like, food hut. No,
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 no. I wouldn't trust her to cook anything.
no, no, I wouldn't. Everything's very loose and keeps falling around. It was upsetting me quite a bit.
I've just kept imagining what if there was like hot frying oil in there just sloshing about all
Yeah,
the place.
yeah, especially when later on Five's driving it. Stop!
Ah!
Oh dear. Howard's going ballistic in the control room and blame Newton for doing this on purpose to get out of the presentation earlier. Fair, he might have done. They lose number five signal, so Newton asks for a van so they can go out and find it. And then Stephanie has arrived home, and it's a neighbour, I think. Is it a friend or a neighbour? I don't know. Some old woman's there.
Landlord, neighbour, I don't
Might
know.
be a landlord. Warns her that Stephanie's ex Frank is here, and he wants to take her dog Beasley away for some reason. Like, why does he want to take Beasley
I
away?
don't know. This is so weird, right? So Ali Sheedy gets top billing in this film, but doesn't show up till like 20 minutes in, delivers a performance that could best be described as loud,
Oh yeah.
and then the first time you see her, she's having a domestic. It's like her
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend's turned up and is trying to steal her dog, and then they start fighting. The
But
fuck?
he also wants to get her back. Like what is going
Yeah.
on here?
And then they
Yeah.
just start beating each other up. It's like, God damn it. You wouldn't want these people living next door, yeah?
No, you wouldn't. I can only imagine the dog's only got three legs, but he wants to take the dog to go and get it tested on so he can get some money because that's what like the
Yeah, or that
cage
or
that
put
he's brought
down or
along.
something. I don't know. Fuck
Why would he
knows.
want to put the dog down? What an
No.
asshole. Yeah,
You
but
don't
all of
understand why this man does any of the stuff he does. It's all a bit
no,
weird.
no. Well, later on there's a cash reward, but yeah, this whole thing with the dog doesn't make any sense. But yeah, there's some truly terrible acting during all of this. It's like, oh, this is woeful. It's absolutely
I think
woeful.
basically every line that Ali Sheedy delivers is bad. Like
Very.
she's not good.
No, not at all. Then she starts bashing Frank's car with a bat, and then she almost hits her neighbour with it. She throws it. It's like, fucking hell. That bat wasn't real. That poor actress. And then Frank drives off in his nice car. And then we see that Stephanie has all sorts of animals, and her neighbour tells her that someone from the city was here snooping around. That never comes back. That never comes
No,
back.
no, 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 no. Never comes back. There are huge things, but which just don't come back in this film or just disappear. Like when Ben leaves the film towards the end, he just disappears. Like
Yep.
20 minutes before the end, he's just gone. So there he goes, he's gone.
Which is so odd then. He's the main character in the second one. He's like, oh yeah, my friends Newton and Stephanie. I'm just like, wait a minute. No, that doesn't make
No,
sense.
this is because he couldn't get Ali Sheedy and Steve Guttenberg to come back again
Basically.
because
Yeah.
they were miscast in the first one and they didn't want to do it again.
No. We see back at Nova, Ben and Newton are loading up the van with tech equipment, and for some reason, Howard wants them to hurry up. And then put down, as if Ben's character isn't offensive enough, he starts being a right perv talking about girls, and then Newton and Ben are taking number one with him. But he does have a really funny line. This Howard goes, "Oh great, you're going to take number one with you." So not only is there $11 million out out there, now there's $22 million, and then Ben goes, "Yeah, we're also needing gas money." Really, really fucking funny. Oh,
Yeah, I put down that we start talking about girls with brassieres and legs. It's like, sexist and racist.
yeah.
Lovely,
And
lovely stuff.
it just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, we're going out there so we can meet girls. Like, no, you're going out there to recapture a robot. How are you going to find women when you go out there? What? Yeah, I don't know. And then we're back to Stephanie cooking in her home, and there's wild animals everywhere. And I've put down, this is disgusting. There must be animal shit everywhere.
Yeah, I've written down a better house fucking stinks.
Awful. And that's never
Awful.
really explained either. Like, did she used to be a vet? Was she studying like zoology or something? Why has she got all these fucking
So
animals? It's never
what I've written
explained.
down, not now but a bit later, is like, is she supposed to be developmentally challenged? Because she comes across as developmentally challenged.
Yeah.
Like the fact that she's got all these animals, the fact that she's very, very strange, the fact that she doesn't seem to know how to interact with people. Is like, is she meant to be a bit off? Can't quite work it out.
Either that or it's just truly terrible acting.
I think it's probably not great acting, and it's probably how she was written.
So Stephanie hears commotion outside, some sort of party going on in a snack shack. Like, yeah, what the fuck's he doing in there? It's surely just looking at shit. Like, why is it all lit up red in there?
Well, you
Uh,
see, this is the point where I think the radioactive comes back into play because I believe they are all radioactive, and all of these people are going to die of radiation sickness about 3 months after this film's finished.
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
They're all exposed to quite a lot of radioactive material.
That would have been bleak. I mean, I won't spoil the ending, but
If everyone's hair fell out, they all got sick and they died.
yeah,
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 yeah, that would be a bit fucking bleak for a kids' film.
out in Montana. Oh, that's horrible.
Uh,
All right. So arm with a bat, Stephanie goes outside thinking it's Frank again, and the snack shack opens and number five is revealed. And Stephanie, for some reason, believes he's an alien and she's been chosen. I've written down, why the fuck does she think he's an alien? He looks like a robot.
he clearly a robot. He. This is what I mean when I say is she's supposed to be developmentally challenged
Possibly. Yeah, because
because
although she comes up like she thinks it's a spacesuit. She goes, "Oh, is that actually you? Is that like a suit?" And inside it's like a floating brain or some shit. I was like, "No, again, you're
she
stupid."
she plays it like she's 10.
Yeah.
Well, she plays it like a 10-year-old, which
And the
kind of
thing
makes the
is,
romance angle later feel a bit odd.
yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, now you've pointed that out. Maybe she is supposed to be a bit special. Who knows?
I didn't
Yeah.
say that.
No, you didn't say that. Number five is making a mess in the shack as Stephanie tries to come in peace, and all of this is upsetting me. Like, nope, stop, stop it, stop it, stop it. Number five keeps saying malfunction and needs input. And then for some reason, Stephanie invites him into her house. Why? Why would you do this? Why?
I'd run a fucking mile. Like, even if it was like, hey, I'm friendly. It's like, yeah, but you could just go nuts and kill me. So I'm going to go. I'm
Yeah,
going to lock my fucking door.
you have a gun. You have a
Yeah.
gun. I can see the gun.
Well, that all seems legit. This person with a gun.
And also, he's just made a terrible mess of her snack shack. What do you think he's going to do at your home? Oh, and
Going to
all of
kill all
this,
your fucking animals. That's what he's going
yeah.
to do.
But all of this is very ET, which he's like introducing him to everything in her house. Like, this is very ET, isn't it? This is
Yeah.
very, very, very ET. Number five is shitting up Stephanie's house, and I've put this is all very upsetting.
Oh,
Can't re-
you've got such a problem with that.
Oh, it's all he's
I mean, the house
overturning,
was already a shithole.
but he's breaking the crockery. He's overturning oranges.
Why
He's
does
throwing.
she have that crockery like on a little stand like that? It's there to be broken. Why else is it there?
Well, yeah, you're asking for trouble, really, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll just put my fine china out on a little stand with a little doily underneath it. What could possibly go wrong?
He's like, you don't have any friends, Stephanie. Nobody comes over for tea and cake.
No, her crazy landlady comes
Oh, that's
over,
true. That's true.
and her
So,
ex-boyfriend comes over and assaults her. That's,
yeah, tries to steal the
that's a
dog.
full that's a full social life
Yeah,
stew.
I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
And the person from the government was sniffing around.
Because she has too many animals or some shit.
Because the house stinks like shit. That's why he's sniffing
Well, yeah,
around.
it's an environmental health hazard. Yeah.
Smell it a fucking mile away. Smell it down the road. You dirty cow.
Dirty.
Anyway,
Anyway, so Stephanie shows number five an encyclopedia and he starts reading at an alarming rate to get more smart with info. Now, when I was a kid, I used to like getting books and doing the exact same thing and pretending I read it all. I used to love doing that.
yeah. Did it make you any smarter?
No.
Or if anything,
Made me
did it make
dumber.
you dumber? Well, that's that, Red. I've read all the books. I don't need to read any more books.
Yeah, my school reports are embarrassing. Right. So Ben and Newton are driving along, and Newton is a really shit driver. And then number five has now read everything in the house, and he's making a mess, and my anxiety levels are going through the roof. Stephanie shows
Oh,
number.
can't wait till your kids running around all over the shop smashing shit up.
I mean, he already does, and he can barely walk. But yeah, right. Anyway, Stephanie shows number five the TV, and he starts watching the Three Stooges. And I've put down, I'm sure this won't come back later.
I just the fucking Three Stooges. It's such a thing that Americans love, which I just don't get.
No, it's
It's
not
about
funny.
as funny as a swift kick in the nuts. Like it's not funny in the slightest, and they just keep going back to it. You got so many like redos of the Three Stooges. Like, who is this for? Who's really fond of a fucking TV show from the 1950s?
It's bizarre because then when you go back and watch some of the Marx Brothers stuff, that slapstick is
Oh,
hilarious. It's
works.
really,
Works
really good
perfectly.
shit. But why is the Three Stooges just so painfully unfunny?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's because there's no wit to it. It's
No.
just smacking each other about, whereas the Marx Brothers had good one-liners.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, so now Ben is driving along in the van rather than Newton, and he's going on about picking up girls again. It's like, oh, and at this point, Newton asks, "Where are you from?" And Ben says
Yeah,
he's from.
good question, Steve Gutenberg. Really good question. Where exactly are you from, Ben?
Ben, the man I've probably worked with a couple of years developing these robots, and this conversation has only come up now for the purpose of the movie.
Because you look suspiciously like a white person that's bound himself up. I'm not going to lie, Ben. You look
Yeah,
like you've got boot polish on your face.
yes, he does. Although when I was younger, I was convinced he was an Indian man. I think it was you who told me. Actually, no, it's not. It's a Jewish guy who's been browned up. I
The
was like,
guy
oh.
from it's the guy from Mario.
I think that was the first time you pointed that out. But no, it
Yeah.
is the bloke from Short Circuit is Indian. You're like, oh, Stu. But Ben says he's from Bakersfield originally, but his ancestors are from Pittsburgh. And I thought it's mildly amusing, but very offensive. Very, very offensive. But then it's a weird one because before that he says, "Oh, in my country, blah blah blah." I was like, so you've just acknowledged you're from another country, but then you
Yeah,
make
as
this
we say
joke.
in my country. I can't remember what he says, but it's something fucking weird.
Yeah, it's odd. Back at Stephanie's house, number five has been watching telly all night, and he's watching an old gangster movie, which I think is the original Scarface he's watching.
Scarface, yeah, it's the original Scarface.
Yeah, yeah. Number five is disappointed that Stephanie keeps turning the TV off and uses his antennas to turn the telly back on. And then number five keeps repeating back TV adverts. Oh, this gets old real quick. Like the whole charm of number five becoming alive just wears off very quickly. Like, yeah, you're just fucking annoying now. You're really, really
You're
annoying.
alive, but I wish you were dead. I wish you weren't alive. And you were less annoying when you were like a murder robot.
Yeah, it was kind of endearing when he was that. But yeah, right. And outside, Stephanie tries to show number five the sky and the bridge and the sun over the water or some shit. And then number five's making shapes out of clouds and fascinated by bees of the dog. But that causes him to fall through the fences onto her chickens. And I put down, it's a miracle those chickens were not killed.
Oh, he definitely killed a couple of those chickens. There's probably like five in there, like they're dead. They're just like he squashed them.
Yeah, I'm sure he weighs like a metric ton. But yeah,
Yeah,
right. Stephanie sees the Nova stamp on number 5 and suddenly realizes he's a robot, not an alien. I've put down, is she fucking stupid or something? Like,
yeah. It's again, what is wrong with her? Like, wait a minute, you're a robot. Like, obviously, he's a fucking robot. Look at him.
and
He's a
she's a,
robot.
and she's
Like,
aware of Nova Robotics that's down the road. Oh,
yeah.
you're from that robotics place. No.
Oh, where do you think this fucking robot turned up from? Out of space. Fucking hell.
Jesus. And then Stephanie starts calling Nova because apparently it's that easy to do that.
Yeah, give him a ring. I've got your robot. Come and have it.
And then get straight through to Howard in the control centers. I'm sure that's not how it works.
Receptionist just not put him straight through. I
Yeah,
don't go get paid enough for this shit.
exactly. She says she has number 5, and I'm like, why are you giving him up? Because at this point, there's no real danger. There's no really a talk of a reward. So I don't know why she's doing this. But yeah, Scroder and his team get in their tanks and jeeps and head towards Stephanie's house, as do Ben and Newton. And then Howard's trying to reassure Stephanie to be careful and not be alarmed. I was like, okay, he does have a gun.
Mm.
Number 5 sees a grasshopper, and when copying it, he squashes it. So then Stephanie starts explaining it's dead now and it can't be brought back to life. And that's when number 5 realizes disassemble means the same as dead. So he'll be dead if they come and disassemble him, and he panics and takes off.
It's an interesting introduction to the concept of mortality in a kids' film.
Yeah, that's
Where
true.
he's like, oh no, I don't want to die.
Yeah, what if I said to my son, right, I need to go disassemble the car. You're going to do what? I'm going
Why
to go
the fuck?
murder the car.
Uh,
Oh dear. Number 5 steals Stephanie's truck for some reason and takes off in it after learning how to drive. And I put it's very convenient there was a manual in there showing you how to drive this particular truck, wasn't there?
yeah, no, yeah, because I always keep the manual on how to drive my car in the car. I've just got it in the glove box just in case I need it.
In
You never
case
know. I
the
might
police
forget.
pull you over.
Yeah, just don't worry, policeman. I've got my manual. I know how to drive. The reason I'm being so erratic is because I have been drinking. Uh,
But I know how to drive. Yeah. So Stephanie's chasing after number 5 and climbs the board. Number 5 is smashing everything up. The truck is getting all messy inside, and I'm so upset about this. There's even a bit with the doors open and shit all goes out there. She goes, oh, my kitchen. That they
yeah,
used to make me laugh when I was a kid.
that's where she's like, "Nice work, Canhead. Thanks a lot." It's like, oh, why is all her dialogue the dialogue of a 10-year-old?
Oh, it's so rubbish. Tin head, can head. There's all this sort of shit. It's
It's so badly done.
very childish. Ben and Newton detect number 5 on their radar, and at the top of the snack shack gets broken off by a bridge, and then the van almost goes in the river, but number 5 stops. It's like, you, sir, of course, carnage. Absolute fucking God. You stop this woman from having ability to have a job now. You've ruined her home. She's probably going to get arrested after all this. Oh, Christ. Number 5 tells Stephanie he's scared Nova will disassemble him and he will die as he is alive. And then Ben and Newton find Stephanie and number 5, and then Ben starts being inappropriate, like immediately going, girly, girly, come here, come quick, and all this shit. And then number 5 is hiding under a box, scared. I'm like, it's all
She
very
says something
stupid.
like, "What planet is this guy from?" Racist.
Yes, yes. Very, very, very racist. Number 1 exits the truck as Ben continues to be weird, and then Newton is astonished to learn that number 5 drove the car and he's thinking for himself. And all throughout this, there is horrible acting between Stephanie and Newton. They have
Oh,
no
they
chemistry
no, they
whatsoever.
don't. They don't have any chemistry. They're both woefully miscast. You don't buy him as a scientist. You don't buy her as a human being. They're just completely like there's no chemistry. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna have like a little bit of a romantic hint. It's like, why? Where's that come from? Where's
It's
that
all
come from? Why is it there? And it don't buy it. No,
and it's all shoehorned in the romance right at the end. I'm like, where did
right
it?
at the end. But no, at the end of this scene, they shoehorn it in just a little bit. It's like, why? What are you doing?
Oh, she said something like, "Oh, you can call me for it." He's like, "Oh yeah, does
Yeah,
it? Tell me
yeah,
about number 5." I was like, oh, all right,
yeah. They hate
yeah,
each other. So I don't know.
weird. Scrody's team arrive with guns as number 5's coming out of the truck, and they open fire on Ben. Number 5 as Ben and Stephanie are taking cover for ground, and then number 5 retaliates and starts firing his Ghostbusters laser. Like, mate, if you do that, they're just going to shoot some more, you
Yeah,
know.
they're gonna blow you up, you fucking idiot.
And also, he took quite a few shots, but he seems like impenetrable. I'm just like,
Well,
maybe that's
he's
the
a
way the robots are
robot.
designed. Yeah, that's how they've been
He's a
designed.
robot. There's nothing to kill.
Yeah. Number five is wounded, but Newton manages to switch off number five's power via the switch. And again, I have questions later when he comes back to life. Like, wait a minute, isn't that switch supposed to completely disable him? But yeah,
Mm.
we'll find out in a minute.
But I think that's what kind of the whole thing about him being alive is you
Ah,
can't turn
okay,
him off anymore
got it.
because he doesn't want to be turned off.
But then I still question, well, how is he powered? Because he's, yeah, but
Yeah,
humans
I
have to
wouldn't ask
eat.
too much. Yeah,
No,
we wouldn't ask too many questions.
yeah,
Maybe he's just murdering kittens at night and drinking
could
their
be,
blood, and that's
could be.
powered on the blood of dead kittens. Just say that and move on.
There's plenty of kittens in the house, so probably, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, won't miss a few.
Yeah. Newton calls Scroder an arsehole and he calls him an idiot moron. I was like, what the hell is an idiot moron or a moron idiot? I was like, what?
Has
What?
he called him a? Did he call him a moron idiot? I thought he said, "What the hell's the matter with you, you four-eyed idiot?" And I was like, "At no point in this does he wear glasses.
No, no.
What is it moron?" I must have misheard it.
It's a more an idiot, or if he did say for an idiot, maybe he's talking to Ben. But I don't think he was talking to Ben. I think he was talking to
Mm.
Newton. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I thought he was talking to Newton and he called him a four-eyed idiot. And I was like, "What? He's not wearing glasses." Or at any
No,
point did he wear glasses? Maybe I got
no,
that wrong.
maybe. No, no, Newton doesn't wear glasses.
That's what I
Anyway.
mean. I thought it was weird. Anyway, yeah, go
It
on.
is weird. Anyway, number five is loaded into a van, and Ben says weird shit to Stephanie again about being happy that he kept throwing it at the ground.
I did. I laughed quite a lot at that bit. I enjoyed repeatedly throwing you to the ground. That's quite funny.
Yeah, but earlier on he said, "Do you think I'm doing this for my own self gratification?" Then he just admits, "Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah,
throwing it at the
yeah,
ground." There's weird flirting going on between Newton and Stephanie, zero chemistry. And then as the
yeah.
security guard,
She doesn't seem normal. I'd stay well away from her.
yeah, they're both a bit odd, but especially her.
Yeah,
As the security guard and Ben are talking in the van, number five starts to stir. We've already discussed this. I thought his power switched off, but yeah, like you said, it's probably the
you know
song
who the you
coming
know who
through.
the security guy was.
No, he looked so familiar. Who was he?
He was Vice from The Running Man.
Ah, that's who it is.
Because I was
That's
looking like I know you from somewhere. I went and googled him. It was like it's Weiss.
yeah. Vice.
Weiss. There's a bit earlier, just before they cut to the scene where the last thing that Stephanie says to Steve Guttenberg is, "Don't do me any favors, Jack." And afterwards, you went, "Brother, dude."
Yeah, yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Yeah, yeah. The dialogue's awful, especially from her. It's really, really, really fucking bad.
Oh yeah, it's bad. The whole thing's bad.
Yeah. Number five uses his eyebrows to pick up a wrench and he drops it on the power button, which makes him come alive. And then number five sees spare parts of the van, convenient, and begins repairing himself like new arm and all that sort of shit. And then Ben and the guard see that number five is back alive and they're scared. And the guard stops the fan and number five's angry and he just destroys the guns. Him and Ben just run away. He's like, "What do we do?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm planning to scream and run." And just see me go, "Ah!" It's funny shit. Then what happens? And then number five pulls the chair out of the car and drives away in the van. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't do that in Stephanie Shack. So why does that become like a running joke now that he just keeps on pulling the chair out of the van and throwing it out the
Well, it
door?
wouldn't make any sense for him to have the chair because he doesn't need it, and he's got those big wheels.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of looks like those robots in, Terminator when they're in the war in the future and
Yeah, yeah. Well,
the
no, I think
driver.
it's designed specifically to look like those
Ah, that's
those
why.
giant big tank robots. Yeah, because they're meant to be like military vehicles.
Yeah. And then number five notices himself on the radar and notes he has a tracking device on him that could easily be taken off. Why is he just stuck on with like blue tack or something? Oh, better take
Yeah,
that off.
that's what you want with a tracking device. You want to have it easily removable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Ben and the guards are jamming. They're just like throwing stones into a cup. And there's no passenger timing because obviously they didn't have mobile phones or anything to alert Newton. It's like, how long have they just been sat there playing that game until Newton happens to drive by? And then Ben has a really weird comment. He just says, "Hi, honey, what's for dinner?" I was like, "What?
Oh,
That that wasn't one of your best lines, Ben. You've come
fucking
out with some bazingers, but
lazy.
that's
Yeah.
shit." Number five driving along with the van, and then he throws out the tracking device in some old people's car. I was like, that seems really mean. Those old people seem kind of sweet. Why would you do that? If there was some really obnoxious, like teenagers or something, yeah, do it to them. Why do it to the old people? They didn't do anything wrong. The number five's going through radio stations until he finds a song called "Who Is Johnny," which he likes.
Hmm.
Wonder if this will come back. Schroeder's team stop the car with a tracking device in it, and the old girl in the car says, "I hope you took the grass out of the glove box." And I put, kids film.
Kids film. Yeah, but it's an 80s kids film. Used to the beginning of the Goonies. There's lots of talk of sex toys and cocaine.
Mm.
I just kind of wind it back a little bit. The Johnny song. Who the hell is Johnny? Is that who's Johnny?
Who is Johnny? I think it's
Yeah.
called.
So I was reading one of the bits of trivia, which just because I'll forget it later, is that they wanted Money for Nothing by
Oh
Dire
yeah.
Straits, but it was too expensive, so they didn't get it because the robot in that video looks suspiciously like Johnny Five.
That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why. Well, he's not called Johnny Five. Well, not till right at the end of this anyway, but he's not called Johnny Five to the second one. But yeah, that makes sense because I read that as well. I was like, why would they want money for nothing? But
Because
yeah,
the
yeah,
because the
got it,
video. Yeah, yeah.
got it, got it, got it.
Anyway,
Uh, Back at Nova, Newton and Ben are trying to rationalise how Number Five can be acting like this when they conveniently bump into Howard and Schroeder. And then Schroeder believes they need to destroy Number Five, and Howard has put him in charge. Like, yeah, we know this, Schroeder. You've been going on about this whole film, and Number Five needs to be destroyed.
yeah,
Um,
this film does go around in circles quite a lot. So there's a few things, and it's about to come back around again, but I'll touch on this in a minute. But yeah, go on.
cool. Back at Stephanie's house, and news reporters have arrived to talk about Number Five. One of them said, "Did he try and molest you in any way?"
And she says, no, he's not that type of robot. What? What type of robot? The molesting type? Yeah, there was one here the other week. He got right up all up inside me, but got a handful of ass. But no, no. The Johnny five number five is not a molesting robot.
Yeah, that
He's not
really
like
made me
that.
laugh.
He's not like that Tin Man. Dirty beggar.
Yeah. If he only had a heart.
Not the it's not the heart I'm worried about.
I mean, it wasn't meant to be funny, but it was fucking funny. This whole bit is so silly. And if Frank is watching footage in a bar conveniently, it takes note there's now a 25k reward for the robot.
What's the point of fucking Frank? He's got no point in this film.
No,
There's
no,
no point.
no. We have a bit of comic relief with him later, but we'll get to it. Stephanie's having a bath when Number Five arrives in disguise, apparently. And then he starts perving on Stephanie, like, "Cool."
Yeah, I thought you just said he wasn't that type of robot, but then minutes later he's like, "Nice software." Ooh.
And proceeded to molest her.
He said, "Yeah, he became a molesting robot." He
Oh,
says, "You've got a different color." What?
just gone a bit
Maybe
red
she's
in the
warm
bath.
in the bath.
Yeah,
Maybe,
exactly.
yeah. Mm.
And she just covers up her top part with the towels, like you can see the rest of you. Like, might need a bigger towel. Anyway,
No, no,
um,
no, no. That'll do.
then Stephanie tells Number Five that he needs to go as he'll be found, and then she reluctantly agrees to let him stay just for one night. I was like, why? What difference does it make? Back at Nova, Ben and Newton are trying to steal a van when Howard stops and threatens them with a gun.
Why did he pull a gun on him? I think the Howard character is so weird in this. Like, what is he supposed to be? Is he meant to be a good guy? Is he meant to be a bad guy? Oh, fucking, he's just there.
I think he's just exasperated by the situation. Like, shit, like this $11 million robot has gone missing. I'm in so much trouble. I will do anything to get it back, type thing. Whereas Scrooge just wants to
Yeah.
blast it.
I mean, I'm with Scrotum. Just
Yeah,
blow it the fuck up.
yeah, absolutely. And then yeah, Howard doesn't go through with it because of course he's not going to shoot them, is he? Then they just take off with Harry, but they almost run Howard over because then he's gone, Rob, you have to go through me. But then they just sort of dodge around him.
Go around him.
Yeah, plan
So this
failed,
is the
Howard.
point. This is the point where you're now right back where we were 20 minutes ago. So
Yeah,
Johnny's five is hanging out at her house. Ben and Newton are in a van. Scroder wants to blow up
yeah.
Johnny five, and Howard is exasperated. It's like literally, you've done that, and you've gone right back around in a circle, and you've started again. And I think it completely belies the fact that they have very few sets and very little money for anything that wasn't the robot.
Yeah, I
So
imagine
the
most of the
robot,
budget went on the robot. Yeah.
oh, it did. The robot, for all that, looks really fucking impressive. Like
Yeah,
it
it
is
does.
really for the
Very good.
time, and even for now, it's a very impressive piece of practical filmmaking. Even the little effects that they do around it,
Hmm.
like the thing where he's reading the books real fast, that was just done with an air hose blowing the
Hmm.
pages, and it looks really effective. It's
Hmm.
like that is very, very clever how you've done this, and it looks great. But what that does mean is you have no money for anything else. So you've got them back in a house, back in the van, back in that
Yeah.
one room at the lab, back in a house again.
Yeah, it's a shame because I'll agree with you. The robot does look awesome. Like if we ever went to a Comic Con and it drove past, I would lose my shit. Like ah, and I would love a toy of it, like the toys they sell that he makes in Short Circuit too. I'd love one of those. But yeah,
I'm sure you can get them.
oh, and maybe I will. Right. Back at Stephanie's house, number five is watching Saturday Night Fever and dancing to it. Actually, the bit where he's dancing looks pretty good as well, I must
Yeah,
say.
I've never
Yep.
seen Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. I've seen the stage show as well. It's good.
No, I've never seen it. Which I really should correct that. It's the same director,
Yep.
John Badham, same guy.
Yeah, because I was thinking, how the hell have they got the rights to this footage? Oh, wait. Now that makes
Yes,
sense.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then Stephanie's impressed at number five's dancing. And then suddenly it jumps to a scene that's not in the previous scene because that scene he's watching the bit when John Travolta's tearing up the dance floor by himself. And then it cuts to John Travolta and his lady friend doing the dance. Like, that's not the next scene. I hate you when
They're also
movies
called,
do that.
also called Stephanie, I think.
She's called Stephanie. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And he,
worst for that, and just as a kind of completely off topic, did you see the Chucky remake?
yeah. The Texas
They're
Chainsaw Massacre
watching
2.
Texas Chainsaw
Yeah. Yeah.
Massacre 2, and it's just all out of whack. Like it's just in the weirdest order, and it's like, it's not even like it's not even the next scene. It's like they're watching the beginning, then the end, then the middle, then the beginning again. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. I hate when films do that.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate that.
just be consistent.
Hmm.
And then Stephanie starts dancing with number five to More Than a Woman. So yeah. We get Frank driving along on his cool car and he's brought a rifle with him. I was like, I don't think a rifle's going to do shit. How are you going to capture a robot with a rifle? He has a laser.
I love the fact that he basically just come back to his ex-girlfriend's house to break in with a gun. I mean, the fuck are you doing, man?
What could go wrong?
What could like is this just again, these are not the kind of people you want living next to you.
No.
Having domestics all the fucking time.
And
Shit, fuck,
all of this is for $25,000, which I suppose was a lot of money in 1986.
I mean, yeah, I'd turn my nose up at it now, would I?
No, I suppose not. You wouldn't
No.
get braided someone else with a gun. Hey, you might actually. Right.
It
Anyway.
depends.
Yeah. Right. So then we get number five is watching the Three Stooges again. Oh, I'm making Stephanie breakfast and he's making a dreadful mess and I'm getting really upset about this.
Breakfast looks nice though. Those
But
pancakes look good.
when it's eventually made, it's like, well, hang on a minute, that's not what you made a minute ago. You made a terrible mess. How have you managed to correct it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Stephanie's happy number five is making breakfast, but sees Frank's here with that gun. But Stephanie won't let him
Oh no, Frank's here with a gun.
in that gun.
I'm not even that worried about it. He's always here with a gun. It's Saturday morning.
Number five arrives with, as you said, nice looking breakfast, and Frank is still going on about that $25,000. And then he tells him he's going to take him a Nova, and then obviously that freaks out number five. And then,
Did you notice? Well, for a start, he was talking Apache, and he's
yeah.
like, "Oh, for God's sake!" And he's like, "Right, so we're just squeezing a bit more racism because we haven't. South India wasn't enough. We'll just South Asia, and then he takes the glass of orange juice off the breakfast tray. Did you see that? He takes
Yeah.
a glass of orange juice off, and he really struggles to get it off. Like
Oh, does
it
he?
looks like it doesn't struggle that much, but it looks like it's stuck. So he
Oh,
has
I
to
didn't
yank it
spot
off.
that.
It's clearly stuck on, so the robot doesn't drop the fucking glass of orange juice. So he like yanks it off.
I didn't spot that, but I did spot the next scene. When he chases number five outside, he slips over, and apparently that
Yeah.
was intentional, but they kept it in. And you see Ali Sheedy just cracking up laughing that he does that. But I'm glad they kept that bit in. It was kind of funny. He just comes out to get the fun.
Before they go outside, Ali Sheedy attempts to stop him by jumping on him as ineffectually as I've ever seen anyone jump on anyone. She jumps on him and immediately falls off, and then he just gets up. It's like, well, you're fucking useless.
Totally useless. And then when they're outside, number five has managed to disassemble Frank's car immediately. He has completely taken that car apart. How's he done that?
If there was a robot around that could dismantle my car in 5 seconds, the last thing I would do is threaten it with a fucking gun. Because you think if it can take my car apart that quickly, it's going to take my head off my shoulders in about 3 seconds flat.
Absolutely. It's all very, very harrowing. Frank starts shooting at number five. He keeps blocking the bullets with the car pieces, and then he starts doing terrible impressions, including that gangster movie they were watching earlier on. But although apparently that bit with the coin is very, very impressive.
It looks cool.
Yeah,
it's just a wire. It's just a wire, and it's going up and down the wire, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Also, he's lucky he didn't fucking kill anyone by deflecting those bullets all over the shop.
Well, exactly.
Ali Sheedy gets it right between the eyes. Oh, whoops.
I've disassembled Stephanie.
Some of the brains all over the back porch. I'll get a mop.
Yep. And then Frank wallops number five with a piece of metal. He really fucking hits him with that. But then number five starts firing off laser beams, and then he makes Frank's trousers come off. Oh, hilarious.
He also makes a lot of ninja sounds.
Yeah.
Because just a bit more, just a bit more. And this is the point where I was like, hold on. Has any non-white person said a fucking word in this film?
Non-genuine white person.
Yeah,
Non.
no, I'm not counting Ben.
Yeah. No, I don't believe
That
they have.
doesn't count for
No,
many reasons.
no, Ben doesn't count.
No, I don't think it does. I honestly don't think anybody that isn't white says a fucking word in this film.
No, it's
I
bad.
had to go back. I might go back and rewatch the beginning. There was definitely right at the beginning. There was a bit where the black security guard stood next to Steve Guttenberg, just looking pissed off. But if he says anything, he's just there like, in this fucking film.
At least in Herbie, the commentator who's black got to say a few lines. That was progressive. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
yeah,
And the Asian person was somehow less racist.
yeah,
We've gone
yeah.
backwards in 20 years.
I know.
That's happened.
I know. Damn you,
That's that fucking happened.
damn you, short circuit. Anyway, Frank runs off saying he's calling the cops and Nova. I was like, what are the cops gonna do? What's gonna do shit? What
Cops
are
are
you gonna
like,
tell him? He's shot my trousers off.
yeah, there's a robot that's escaped from Nova that shot my trousers off. The cops are like, yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah.
You've been
Get the
drinking, have you,
tasers.
buddy? You've been drinking.
Right. Ben and Newton are driving along, presumably without jobs now, and Scroder tells them on the radio they're coming. Again, like you just said, all this shit just keeps just getting
Yeah,
recycled over and over and
same
over
again.
again.
Same again.
Number five and Stephanie are driving along in the snack shack and they're lost. And then number five, they should speak to Newton Crosby for help. But why? He's part of
You've
the problem.
already spoken to him, and he has. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. And then Ben and Newton are talking about Stephanie, and Ben makes a really horrible comment about saying, I think she's a virgin or she recently was one. I was like, why did you say that? It's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah,
And it's a kid's film.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm glad all this shit went over my head when I was little. All I
Oh
remember is
God,
just
yeah. Well, this is
him
the
just
problem.
saying silly shit.
See, this is the problem with stuff like this. You leave the whole problem with the Ben character aside, but all of the stuff like that that people say when you're a kid goes over your head, but it gets in there
Mm,
and it sits in there, right? And you're being taught that this is fine, just surreptitiously. You're being taught as a kid that this is fine, that this is how we talk about women, this is how we talk about sex. And yes, when you watch it as an adult, you see that they're relatively pathetic in the way that they're behaving. Like they're not supposed to be admirable, but you don't know that when you're a kid. They're the good
exactly.
guys. So you
Yeah.
just assume the good guys are right. You don't have that nuance when you're little to go, like, all right. I mean, you might as well watch fucking Predator. At least that hasn't got people talking about sex in it. It's just got people getting blown up.
Yeah, Predator's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we should have watched Predator. Anyway, right. So on the radio, they hear it's Howard, and he says Newton needs to meet Stephanie, and Ben makes horrible remarks like, "Oh, pants are flaming for you, Newton Crosby." I was like, oh, for fuck's please stop this. Stop
Stop
this.
it.
So Newton arrives at the Black Lion pub, and I've put down, is this supposed to be an English pub? It looks very English. There's like phone boxes outside and look very English. And the fact it's called like the Black Horse Inn or the Black Lion Inn, I
Yeah,
think that's a very English name for a pub. Yeah.
yeah.
Stephanie and Newton are in the bar discussing number five being alive for real, but Newton doesn't believe it. And then we see that all of Scroder's men are in the bar disguised as customers and bar staff. Like, look, it's so fucking obvious. How has Newton not spotted this?
These people he works with.
Yeah. Silly. Then what happens? And then number five is pretending to be a baseball player for some reason, and all the other robots, so number one through to four, arrive to capture number five, but they're firing laser beams at him. And I put down, how is that helping? They're here to capture him, not destroy him,
Yeah,
but they're firing
yeah.
their
To
laser
capture, not
beams at
destroy
him.
it, immediately fire a laser at him.
Is it to warn him to not fuck with him? Like, I don't know.
Capture, but don't kill. I captured him, but I did, and I'm gonna caveat that I did shoot him in the head first.
Dead or alive.
So I got half of it right. The don't kill bit, oh, kind of fucked it up.
Soz. Yeah. Number five throws mud at one robot and switches off his power, and then uses some
These
rope to
robots are
capture the
shit.
one.
You're
They're
gonna
so
drop them
shit.
behind enemy lines to defeat what? If they can be ruined by like a little bit of mud in the eye, or a rope, or being run into a toilet like that.
Yeah, it's pathetic. You could
It's
you could
not
argue,
old.
yeah, you could argue that number five is their equal, so he overpowered them, but no, they're just shit. They're just really, really shit.
He overpowered them by throwing mud in their fucking face.
Yeah. Oh, then when he falls in the toilet, knocks all the shit everywhere. He says, "Hold your fire, don't light a match." But just no, silly comedy.
If you throw mud in the face of a real soldier, they'll shoot you.
No questions asked.
No, that's it. You're just gonna get shot in the stomach.
Yeah. And then this bit annoyed me. Number five is reprogramming all the robots. I put down, how is he doing that exactly? All he's done is pulled their wires and just reattached them. How is that reprogramming
That's
them?
how you reprogram stuff. Shit, you don't even know, man. You
Uh,
don't even know. I pulled the wires out of my Hoover and now it's a microwave.
That's what I've been doing, Rob.
Yeah, I've been pouring soup in it now, cooking
Yeah.
it up.
Uh, Nova cars arrive, and then Newton promises he will not experiment on number five, and suddenly Schroeder reveals himself in the pub with the team. I was like, well, yeah, duh. And then number five bursts in the pub, grabs Stephanie, and escapes making terrible puns, and all of this is just like, it really started getting under my skin. They're like, look, shut up, shut up. I'm fed up with the stupid impressions all the time. They're just crap. Stop it.
I think you found it slightly more annoying than I did. I didn't find it annoying.
It just started to grate on me by the end. I just,
I,
like I said, it's quite charming at the start of it, but it just, number five gets progressively more annoying as the film
if
goes
I
on.
stack this up against Flight of the Navigator, I would much rather watch this any day of the fucking week.
You said
He's
Fire the
so
Navigator held up. Oh, do you mean Paul Rubens?
yeah. I
Oh,
mean, in
yeah,
terms
yeah.
of, in terms of the annoying level of Flight of the Navigator and number five. Number five is less annoying.
He's fine when he's not doing impressions. When he's just talking normally, I've got no problem with him. Is when it's all the impressions. But yeah. Number five uses his lasers to knock down trees and they escape in Stephanie's snack shack. And then the other robots arrive acting like the Three Stooges. And I put down, it's not funny whatsoever. It's
No,
just
it's not.
stupid.
And everyone's like, ha, ha, ha. And then Schroeder says this line, which I wrote down because it's bizarre. This little fart of a robot is beginning to give me the red ass.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What the fuck does that mean? What is the red ass? This little fart of a robot is beginning to give me the red ass.
No, I've heard the term red ass before and I find it funny.
Have you?
Yeah.
From who?
Just I've heard it on American podcasts and stuff where people get annoyed as like, I'm getting the red ass. Right. So, yeah, I've heard that before. So,
Fuck, I've never heard it.
yeah, it's funny.
Oh god.
So the snack shack stops in the desert and it's fucked apparently. And then Stephanie's upset about Newton deceiving her again. Like, don't even know the dude. Like, all right. And then
She's got a real thing about that. Everyone's like, "You're a liar." It's like, well, yeah.
people
You've got
lie.
you've got $11 million worth of expensive government equipment that you have effectively stolen. You're lucky you haven't been shot.
Oh yeah. Let alone banged up. There you go. Right. And then she starts talking about murder, which upsets number five. Oh, I don't mean it really, and all this shit. And then Ben arrives at the pub to pick up Newton and starts being a perv again about Stephanie. And then he says, like, did she stick your tongue down your throat? Tell me. He's like, I'm supporting a tremendous Woody right now. I was like, oh
I've written
God,
down I'm sporting a tremendous Woody right.
wh why are you finding this funny?
It's bizarre. It's so weird.
And I don't remember him being a perv. I just remember him being like silly man, like fish out of water type thing. I don't remember him being a right perv because in the second one he's not a perv. Maybe it's because I remember the second one more than this
The
one. I
80s,
don't know.
it's the 80s. Everyone's a perv in the 80s. 1986. Everyone's a
Yeah.
perv in the 80s.
Oh yeah, actually.
It was acceptable in the
Yeah.
80s. Pervert and racism.
Together they're a winning force. Right. They see number five on the radar. Number five arrives and blasts the radio and he tells Ben to fuck off. And that's the last we see of Ben. He just gets
Yeah,
out
he's
the
gone.
van and he goes,
He's off. He's off out of the movie. The movie becomes 40% less racist.
but
Not
like,
entirely, though. There's still something.
oh, there's still something.
Oh, boy, there's something.
It's coming. Right. Number five makes Newton drive to Stephanie, and Stephanie starts trying to beat Newton with a bat or something, and then they start talking about him being alive. Blah, 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 blah. So Newton thinks that Stephanie's reprogrammed him. I was like, no, come on, this woman's dense. Like, how?
This
Ah,
woman thought it was an alien. She's
yeah,
not. She's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
she's not. But then number five keeps insisting he's alive and it's not a malfunction, and he doesn't want to kill as he believes it's wrong. And then number five and Newton are playing patty cake and they're bonding
Yeah.
and
So it's like, number five has worked out the sanctity of life. Well, my next text will be patty cake. And then a Rorschach test. But also there's a bit just for this when he tries to turn them off. He goes, "No, switches are my switches," and it's like, that's a good message for the kids.
no,
Don't let
but
anybody touch your switches.
I don't like it when people touch my switches.
I don't like it when
Yeah.
people touch mine, but that's me.
You like the ballistic robots.
We've
Yeah.
got a cupboard full of them. The
Oh,
Molestatron 5000.
and then just going back to what you said about the Rorschach, right? Yeah, because that was Newton's test, but like that's supposed to be soup. Like that soup looks like blood. It looks like they've just been
Looks like
drinking a cup of
ketchup.
blood. I thought it looked like blood. Um,
That's the Rorschach test. I saw
yeah,
ketchup, you saw
I saw
blood.
blood. There you go. What does
You're
that say
violent,
about
I'm
me?
fat. Stuart wanted to kill someone. I just wanted some chips.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's worse. Right, we get more swearing, and also whenever we watch this as kids, right, they probably cut all the swearing out. And
Oh,
so what?
definitely. At like 3 o'clock on ITV. Yeah, of course they
Yeah.
did.
So when
The
this
bit where he
stuff,
says, "No shit, where's he shit?" That
yeah,
made me laugh quite a lot.
that was
But
quite funny.
it's quite a funny line. But like, yeah, they ain't having that at like 3 o'clock on a night, even on a Saturday afternoon. Not even in the 80s.
No, no, I don't remember any of this. And the second one's cut the ribbons as well if it's ever on TV.
Now, if it was on TV, you just have to cut Ben out entirely.
Yeah.
Be
Wasn't
20 minutes long.
wasn't Fisher Stevens in this movie? No.
Who?
Um, Newton's examining the rewired circuits and sees that number five is tying his shoelaces together. Oh, the hilarity. And then Newton tells number five a really shit joke, which I didn't kind of get the punchline, and that makes number five laugh uncontrollably. And
You
apparently that's
didn't
enough
get the
to.
punchline.
Well, no.
This
Like,
is an exceptionally racist joke. That's the bit that I was.
oh my God, you're right. It is.
It's a Jewish joke. It's about how it. Yeah. So the punchline.
Oh
So
God.
the joke is yeah was it a priest
Oh, it's
oh,
like, yeah, a priest, a
like
rabbi, and who's the? I can't remember who the second one
it's like
was.
a Catholic priest, like a something
A
and a rabbi,
Protestant
a
priest
Protestant
and a
priest and a rabbi.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the punchline is they will throw money up in the air, and one says, "Oh, whatever lands in the circle, we give to charity." And so whatever lands out the circle, we give to charity. And then the Jewish rabbi says, "Whatever we throw all the money up in the air, and whatever God keeps, He keeps." And it's like, okay, that is exceptionally racist.
Now I get it. Now I
So
get
this
it.
whole thing about Five being alive and him accepting it hangs on a terribly racist joke.
What's number five been reading? What input did he get to be like, oh, I get it.
Mein
Yeah.
Kampf.
Why did Stephanie have a copy of Mein Kampf? Oh my, I feel stupid for not getting that joke. And now I think I was like, oh God, that is terrible. That is fucking terrible. Damn you, screenwriters. And then for some reason, Newton and Stephanie start kissing. I'm like, why? Why was that
Oh,
racist joke enough for you to start being happy and getting off with each other?
Johnny Five is alive
Yeah.
and a Nazi. Do you think it was weird like them when they zoomed out and you had that long shot and like all the mountains in the back? It looked like it was on an alien planet. It was so weird.
Again,
Like
you
there's
spot
these
all these
big
little things. No, I didn't spot
jagged
that.
rocks. It was like the fuck. Where are they supposed to? Yeah.
Oh, they're in Oregon, aren't they? They said that earlier
Mm.
on when they're at Stephanie's house. Yeah, there you go. Number five detects that Nova's here and they arrive with all their guns and tanks, of course. And then Howard makes a final plea for Newton to surrender with number five. Newton tries to reason with them as number five locks up from the van. And then the guards grab Newton and Stephanie, and number
They
five,
creep up on them so easily. You just cut to the guards, they kind of nod at each other, like, go around the corner. And they just go around the back and they get them. It's like, you fucking useless pricks. You've been crept up on like so stupidly easily. What is wrong with you?
Newton doesn't even put up a fight. Like, oi, put me down. He
I'm
starts
Steve
swinging.
Guttenberg. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, doesn't do shit. And then number five emerges from the
He gets
van.
her again. She's like, oh, you lied again. All the lies. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? You are so naive. Do you think these people are not going to lie to you?
Well, we've established he's very silly. Yes, number five emerges from the van and drives along, and Newton pleads not to kill him, but then he's destroyed by helicopters and firing missiles. And then Stephanie and Newton are sad about what's happened, and then Schroeder's team starts celebrating and carrying off pieces of the robots. Like, what are you going to do with that? Like a trophy? Like,
Sex stuff.
yeah.
They're going to turn it into a molested robot.
No, no, I'm keeping the head.
I call this the Rimatron.
Howard also seems sad about this, but Schroeder's happy, and then he probably gets fired by Howard. I was like, can Howard fire him? I didn't think he
Also,
was in control of him. I thought they were different divisions.
he did his job. He says to him, years of research down the drain, and you're as happy as a pig in slop. You have four other robots. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can
What
build another
years of
one.
research? Just build another one. You've got the plans. They're not hard. It's
Well, no.
expensive, but it's not hard.
Oh no, the other four robots are fucked because number five reprogrammed and got them acting all silly. Well, I guess
Yeah,
they're
but
going
you
to be
can
reset.
unfuck them.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Newton and Stephanie are driving along in the Nova van. I've put down, why was Newton allowed to keep the Nova van? He's been fired.
He's been fired. Oh no, was he fired? But he
Or did
quit.
he
He probably
quit?
quit.
Yeah, but you still can't keep the Nova van.
Ben's just gone home.
Yeah.
This is the bit where he turns and goes, "Are you going to be okay?" She goes, "I don't think so. Not for a while." And I was like, "Well, and then you'll be fine. Then I'll be all right. Then I'll forget about this robot. But whatever. I don't care.
That I've known for 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it."
And then Newton explains his dad left him some acres up in Montana. Convenient. And then number five emerges from a trapdoor. I'm like, what vans have trapdoors in them? And then turns out he built a decoy in like 2 minutes from all the spare parts at the back of the van. I was like, now look, I can get behind. There might have been a couple of spare arms or something. There wasn't the whole parts of those robots in the back of that van. And it always bugged me as a kid because what I thought happened when I was a kid, I thought number five got blown to shit. He gets loaded at the back of the van. He wasn't quite dead and he just repaired himself, a bit like what he did
No,
earlier.
no. So there are two things here. One, if you get into a van and it does have a trapdoor in the back, immediately get out of that van.
Yeah. Ted
Don't
Bundy's
go
van.
in a van with the trapdoor
Yeah.
in the back. No, nothing good will happen to you. Two, what he did was he built another robot and then murdered him.
Ah, but that one didn't have a conscience. Although he did go wee as he went out the door.
Yeah, yeah. No, he built a replica of himself and then murdered him.
Yeah. And that's fine. He's like, oh, as
That's
long as you're
fine.
alive, that's fine. You know?
Yeah, number five's alive. Number six, he would have been, but I didn't give him a chance. I had
No.
him blown up immediately.
It's like the Prestige every time like Hugh Jackman kept copying himself. Nope, die.
Yeah.
Then they all agree to go to Montana. Number five can hide, and all of Stephanie's animals can live there also. Okay.
No, can't give a shit.
Yeah.
I give a shit about your animals.
I was like, are you assuming that Stephanie wants to move to Montana? She doesn't own that house already? There's so many questions. And then number five drives the van and decides from now on he'll be known as Johnny Five. And then we get credits to scenes from the movie and some scenes that are not in the movie.
I didn't get that far. As soon as the credits started, I was like, bed. I did hear the beginning of the music. It's like, feels like I just came alive yesterday.
Fantastic.
Ah, cracking stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. Right, so let's rewind back. We're 5, 6 year old kids and we're watching this on TV. What did we love about it back then?
Robots.
Yeah, yeah, that's sold. It was a talking robot that could interact with humans. He was having fun. He was going on an adventure. He was swearing. It was cool, and yeah, and
And it felt very much of a piece with the Goonies,
mhm.
with Batteries Not Included, with E.T., all of those films from that
Yeah,
era. Not that I was a particular fan of E.T. at the time, but it felt very much like one of those films that you could just watch again and again and again, and it all felt like a time and place. And I did get that. Like I got a real. It was filmed in the same place that Goonies was filmed in,
mhm. Yep,
but it had a real kind of sense of nostalgia for a time and place where I've never lived. I
yeah.
was never alive in the 80s in America, but I really wish I was because it looked cool.
Did look cool, but I think it's just that we watched so many of those kind of
Yeah,
films in the early 90s, even though we weren't about in the 80s. Well, we were, but we were super, super young. It does just resonate with you. It's like, oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, cool, 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 you know? Yeah. But I echo that. And I did like the character of Ben when I was a kid. I always thought he was very funny because he was different and he wasn't like all the other wooden characters. He actually stood out, you know? So,
yeah. I think I probably also had it quite mixed up with Police Academy, which makes me write down Police Academy on the list of ones we need to cover at some point.
which one? There's like seven of them.
Oh, the first one.
That
No,
one's got Steve Gutberg.
three. Citizens on Patrol.
Yeah. The one that doesn't have Steve Gutberg
Yeah,
in.
it's the one that
Yeah.
doesn't have Steve Guttenberg. He's in one,
Yeah.
two, and four.
Yeah.
He's not in three.
I always find that bizarre when people aren't in like a random one and then they come back later. But why? Were you too
Money.
good for this film? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was going to go and do something better. Didn't. Needed the money. That's
There
why.
you go. That's why. Right. Did you hate anything about it when you was a kid? Because I certainly didn't.
No. No, there was nothing to hate about it when you were a kid.
I
And
think
things to hate about it now are things that wouldn't have even registered with me
no.
as a kid.
The only thing I probably hated about it, well, I hate it. I just preferred the second one. I just think the second one doesn't even have the better story. It's about making toys and some bloke who wants to steal diamonds. But there's just something about the second one. I found it more fun than the first one.
The second one feels very much like a shit cash-in sequel.
Yes.
It feels like we've got this character, we need to do something with him. What do we do? Well, we'll take the comedy relief character from the first one, make him the main character because that always fucking works, and then we'll just hang some weird storyline. He has to save an orphanage or some shit, and then da 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 da
Mm,
sequel, like completely missing what maybe made people enjoy the first one, or just doing more of the same and realizing that actually you've got enough story for one film. You do
yeah.
not have enough story for two films, so don't make a second one.
No, they didn't need to.
And
They didn't need to at all.
I always like it when you get a film that clearly could have a sequel made from it that doesn't bother,
Yep,
that
agreed.
knows that anything will be lesser because you don't have enough story to do it. You're going to be a diminishing returns. You could cash in, but you won't make as much money because you never do. Like, just leave it alone. There are
Mm.
plenty of films that just didn't need to do it. I mean, we've just had the fucking seventh Jurassic Park film.
Oh, there's no need
We
for it.
don't need another fucking Jurassic Park film. We didn't need more than one.
No, agreed.
You've
That's
said all
always
you
pissed
needed
me
to
off.
say. Like,
Yeah,
you don't need any more of these films. Stop doing it. But they make money, so they're going to keep doing it.
agreed. But now, as adults, we watch this. So before we move on to the hate, what did we like or love about it as adults?
The um the robot still is very impressive.
It is. It's very cool.
It's the artistry and the technology that's gone into that is to be applauded, and it is to be like it is a lot of work, and it is, but it is seamless. Like
Mhm.
there is no point where you think that's a wire or that's it feels alive, and that is
Mhm.
something you don't get very often. You don't get it with CGI because it's tangible, because it's a thing that's there.
Mhm.
Um, so there's that. I think it's quite breezy. Like it goes around in circles, but it didn't drag. So kind of like it's like okay, fine, this is moving along. Like it's going around in circles, but it's not like some films where it's just like end like Herbie end, just fucking end. Like
No,
this
I
was
didn't want
just
it to
like
end.
Herbie, I wanted to end this. Fine, fine. It got to point, and when it ended, this just ended. It just was like
Yeah.
we're in a car end. I was like okay, cool, great. Um, Steve Guttenberg's miscast. Ali Sheedy's miscast.
Hmm.
But GW Bailey's fine. GW Bailey's doing what he does. Austin Pendleton's fine. Um, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Now the bad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. It's fine. Except
well, do you know what? The character of Ben is problematic. It should never have happened. Fisher Stephen has gone on record to say he regrets doing it, that sort of
yeah.
thing. And, Aziz Ansari was very disappointed growing up seeing an Indian man not played by an Indian man and all that and horrible stereotype and that sort of thing. But
Well, I think the problem you get with a lot of people is they didn't realize until
no,
they were a bit older, and then
and they
you
felt
find
a
it
bit
out,
silly
and you're like,
about it.
oh God, yeah.
Why'd you do that? Yeah, there must have been plenty of Indian actors who could have done this. So
The
it's so bizarre.
stories behind it don't explain it. Like they people have explained it why it happened, but it doesn't explain it. It feels like somebody didn't think it was a problem at the time and now are coming up for reasons why it happened, and we all feel terribly bad about it. I mean, Fisher Stevens was a young actor who needed the money. That's why he did it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Would he do it now? No, because no one would fucking do it now. You wouldn't be that stupid.
no.
But then it was fine, and people
But
did it.
it would be interesting if they ever decided to bring Johnny Five back to do Short Circuit 3, would he reprise his role? And you'd like to think
No, would he?
no,
No, he definitely wouldn't.
you don't not.
You'd get cancelled in a fucking hot second if you did that. What are you doing? No,
Well,
no, no. You'd either recast it or you just wouldn't. And I
no.
don't think you would do a sequel to it now. You'd do a remake.
Yeah.
And you'd either wouldn't have that character. And even if you did have that character, you wouldn't have that character even being portrayed like that by an Indian person. Because it
No.
wouldn't be the thick accent. It wouldn't be the fish out of water. You'd lose all the sexism. So you can apologize for it all you want and say it was the time. And it's fine. And, is he, yeah, he's not portrayed. He's portrayed as an intelligent person. I mean, I guess that's one thing for it, but it's minor because he's also portrayed as a fucking pervert. Like, this is the
Yeah.
problem. It is not only that though, right? So I was willing, as I was watching it, willing to come in and say, and Hannah said, don't make the entire podcast about that because nobody wants to hear two white men talking about that. And it's
Yeah,
like,
no, of
okay,
course not.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. And I was willing to come in and say, right, like American Pie, if you take this one thing out, it's good. If it is good, right? The problem with this one is that while for the most part it's broadly inoffensive, there's quite a lot of offensive stuff around that. So
Mm,
you could take him out, but you've still got other casual racism peppered throughout it. Apache, kind of Japanese kung fu noises, that Jew joke, which is just terrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, you've got sexism peppered all the way through it as well. Again, mostly the Ben character, but it's there.
yeah.
So you can't just say ignore that, and it's annoying because there are bits of this film that are fine, absolutely fine. But if I take the litmus test of would I show this to my kids, no, I wouldn't.
No, and I take that as well. Even if you take Ben out of it, there's still stuff that I just didn't like about this, like the racism. Sorry, like the perviness, like the some of the jokes just aren't funny at all, completely fall on their arse. Like number five does become very annoying very quickly. There's just no chemistry at all between Steve Guttenberg and Ali
No, none,
Sheedy. She's fucking
none.
awful. It's
She's
just,
awful in it. He's not great. I mean, he's just sleepwalking through. She's actively bad. He looks like he can't be asked.
yeah,
He's just sleepwalking. He's miscast. You don't buy him as a scientist, like an awkward scientist. I
no,
mean, there was an interview I was reading on Wikipedia with Austin Pendleton where he's saying exactly the same thing. He was like, basically, the script was great and it was lovely and it was wonderful, and then they cast the wrong people.
mm,
Because you don't buy him as an awkward scientist who doesn't understand, who can't talk to people. You don't because Steve Gutberg,
yeah,
he's got charisma for days. Like you can't, you just like it's miscast. It's miscast, and it's annoying because you know the robot is impressive, and I didn't
yeah,
find it as annoying as you. I didn't. All of that bit, the bit where they're not being sexist or racist or shoehorning a love story that doesn't work because they're miscast. It's fine.
mm,
It's perfectly watchable, but
yeah.
you
Well,
can't anyway.
yeah. Well, hold that thought. We'll come back to
Yeah.
it. So, Smith trivia, what you got?
Okay, so 1986, directed by John Badham, who is a British director who directed Saturday Night Fever, Bird on a Wire, the Frank Bird on a Wire, which I legitimately haven't seen since I was a kid, so we might
It's
have to do
awesome.
that at some point.
Yeah.
Dracula with Frank Langella. I don't know if you've ever seen the Frank Langella version of
No.
Dracula. It's okay. War Games and Blue Thunder.
Mm,
So fairly workmanlike. Apart from Saturday Night Fever, it seems to be a bit of an outlier. In that that's like considered a classic, and the rest of them are just average films. On a budget of 15 million, it took box office of 40.7, but was purported to have made 100 million by 1987 when you include home rentals, it being the
yeah.
most rented video of 1987. It's the 21st largest film of 1986. Now, it's written by S.S. Wilson and Brent Maddox, who we have encountered quite recently, as they both wrote Wild Wild West,
Oh
or
God.
were involved in the writing of Wild Wild West. They also wrote, Batteries Not Included, somewhat unsurprisingly, Short Circuit 2, Ghost Dad, oh boy,
Oh God.
oh boy, and Tremors were the first four Tremors films, of which there is one good one, and the rest are shit.
Yes, agreed.
As we said, number five was the most expensive part of the film, and they didn't have much left for anything else. But luckily, they said, "Oh, the rest of the film was not that expensive." So, no, it shows. It shows you didn't spend a lot of money on the rest of it. Steven Spielberg was involved and influenced the design of number five after
Mm,
recommending that the designers go and watch a number of different things, including a short film called Showscan by the director Douglas Trumbull. If you don't know Douglas Trumbull's work, go and search it out. Sid Mead, who was the production designer of Blade Runner and Tron, developed number five. So that's lineage with all of those great sci-fi
mm.
classics of the time, although Tron is boring as fuck. It was controlled by a telemetry suit. So live on set, the person that was operating five wore a suit that kind of connected to it. So when he moved, number five moved,
So cool.
which is so cool. And he did the voice live. So it's actually voiced by the person that's controlling it. It didn't get dubbed over later. And if it did, it was him doing the redubbing. So it is voiced by the person who controlled it because they thought you'd get better performances out of the actors if they were live on set with him and not have to talk to nothing. I can only imagine how much more wooden they would have been
Yeah.
if they had to act against nothing. John Badham, the director, makes a cameo. He's the news cameraman that asks her about the molesting robot. Now, so this is where you get into the Ben stuff, right? So Ben apparently wasn't meant to be Indian. So Fisher Stevens was cast and he was a Caucasian character. He was then fired and replaced briefly by Bronson Pinchot. Now, Bronson Pinchot was Serge in the Beverly
Hmm.
Hills Cop
Yep.
films, and he's been in various other different bits and bobs. Most recently, he's in a show on Netflix called The Residents. And so when he was cast, he would then move to a non-English character because he did silly voices and was known for that. He then left to go and do a TV show, and Fisher Stevens came back in, and then it remained an Indian character. I don't know how much of that I buy. This all
Mm,
feels like people saying stuff to kind of explain, oh, it wasn't meant to be, it just sort of happened. It's like, And if, then John Badham's come and say, well, if it had been, originally intended to be an Indian, we'd have cast an Indian. It's like, you could have just cast an Indian person
yeah,
or made it not Indian. Both of those options were very much available to you at all points during the production. When you were
yeah,
browning a man up, this option was available to you.
yeah.
In 1987, there was a Commodore 64 video game release. Never played it, probably shit. There was obviously the 1988 sequel, and they talked about a third where Johnny Five would have gone to college, which was written but never filmed, as it was
Mm.
deemed to be unacceptable. There was a remake rumored in 2008 in which a boy from a broken family befriended the robot, which couldn't be more 2008 if it tried. In
Hmm.
2020, they tried again and they were going to have a Latin spin on it. So it would have been Latino family, which couldn't be more 2020 if it tried. In 1991, there was a pseudo third one,
Mhm.
a TV short film, an educational short film that was released after the second one called Auto Theft, Hot Cars, Cold Facts. Which I kind of want to go and track down because I imagine it's fucking
Yeah.
terrible. We mentioned that. We mentioned that. Oh, and the only other thing was back to the Ben character again is apparently Fish Stevens lived in India for 5 weeks to prepare for the role of Ben.
Now, I must say, as
The accent's
offensive as
fine.
it is, I bought it. I bought it. His mannerisms, the way he says things, very quirkiness. I was like, yep, I buy it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That is all the Smith trivia that I have for you.
Oh, okay. So, circling back, the final verdict, does it hold up?
No.
Nah.
No. I mean, bits of it are fine, but it's hard to get past the racism and the sexism. It just is.
That aside, I've already said it. Even if the racism and sexism wasn't in it, I just didn't enjoy this as much as I did as a kid. I loved this film when I was a kid. And
Mm,
I suspect even if I watch the second one again, I'm gonna be like, oh, I didn't enjoy that as much as I loved it. And it's just such a shame because some of this crap I've gone back and rewatched, like Herbie, and I'm like, oh, I still enjoyed that. But this one, I was like, oh, well, that's disappointing. But yeah,
yeah.
but mainly
Yeah.
the racism and the perviness.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I say, you couldn't even take one thing out and say that gets rid of
No.
the problem because the problem's endemic. Like American Pie, where you take out one scene in American Pie, it's generally fine.
Mhm.
But you can't do that with this, which is a
No,
shame. Which is a shame
it is a shame.
because there are good bits in it.
There is a better film there, but it could have
There is.
been rewritten and recast.
It's
It would have been much
look.
better.
It's one of those ones which you could remake now. You could. I think they would be too tempted to go the full CGI route with it, which would be a mistake.
Yeah.
But you could remake this now, and it would be. You could make it good. You could. There's a good idea there. A good idea there that hasn't been fully exploited.
Yeah.
Although I think maybe things like Bumblebee have kind of taken it away slightly and
Yeah.
done what this would have to do. So
Yeah.
you're probably not getting another short circuit.
Shame. Right then. So next episode's nomination. So that is going to be our Halloween episode, right? So
Spooky.
yeah. So if all goes to plan, our next episode will drop on Halloween night on the 31st of October, which is cool. So Smith, what if I was to say to you, who is your favourite ghost?
My favorite ghost.
Yeah.
My favorite ghost. Slimer.
That tracks. Who is your favourite friendly ghost?
Favorite friendly ghost. Pinhead?
Pinhead, the friendliest ghost around. No, no, I'm afraid not. So we are going back to 1995. We're going to cover a children's classic. We're going to cover Casper. Casper, the friendly
Ooh.
ghost. Something I've genuinely
Oh.
not watched in years and years and years.
I used to love that film when I was a kid.
Yes, that's the point of this podcast. But yeah.
I've understood the format.
So yeah, keep it within the Halloween theme. We'll cover Casper, the friendly ghost. So
All right.
cool. Right. So just before we get out of here, I want to plug our socials. So we're on email at it doesn't hold up podcast at gmail.com. We're on Instagram at doesn't hold up podcast. We're on Twitter or X as it's now known. It doesn't hold up pod. We're on YouTube at doesn't hold up podcast. And we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other places you listen to good podcasts. So give us a good review on all your platforms. And remember, we welcome things for, stuff for us to cover, just like the James Bond suggestion. Thank you very much. That's definitely been added to the list. So, Smith, is there anything else you would like to say on Short Circuit before we reconvene for Casper?
Yeah, I've got to get out of here because this casual racism's giving me the red ass.
Quite right. And I would encourage all of you to broaden your minds and go get some input.